last night while stewing because one member ordered Chipotle for the whole squad, but then just sat there and ate it himself. He was like, well, I was on the Peloton. Committee of statisticians, experts, and people who start their sentences, well, actually, fought and toiled and burned the midnight oil to deliver the best segment in all of sports media. It's an honor and a privilege. It's time for a special playoff edition of Nick's Tiers.
All right. So here's the deal.
Okay.
Everyone who's watched this show for years, many of the viewers have watched the show longer than Kevin Wilde's been on the show, or as I like to call, the good old
Not
days.
a ton. It's a limited audience.
They know
Great
that come playoff time, the tiers is whittled down to the remaining playoff teams. They also know that the tiers are done by a committee. And some members of the committee, it would appear, are very susceptible to compliments. And the fact that Kevin Wildes has for years called this the best segment in all of sports TV, and yesterday made a plea that we have all 32 teams involved in the tiers,
Still things going on.
led to this against my best wishes.
Wow. What a treat.
Just very quickly, the fake tiers anymore, the not playing
Love it.
anymore tiers. We'll roll through it. Preying on the draft. They all just need a quarterback. They need to figure it out in the draft. Absolutely
Breaking
rudderless. These two teams here is the next tier. I honestly, these three teams, don't know what the plan for any of them are. It's like, is two of the guys, Kyler the guy, is AR the guy? I don't know. They're probably not going to bottom out. They're not going to be any good. Admitting reality. These two teams last few years have been like, we can win right now, we can win right now. No, you can't. Now all of a sudden you have an expensive, somewhat aging roster.
Patriots still not
believing in the quarterback.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, Caleb, Bryce, Drake.
Take
and
it.
a shout out to Bryce for getting himself back on there. Ruined by injuries. Who knows what these three teams could have been if not for the massive injuries. For the Niners, for everyone but the quarterback, and for the Cowboys. Well, I mean, Trevor got hurt again. Second straight year ruined by injury. You don't hold it against Lamar, missed playoffs 2 straight years because of injury.
Swear.
You're going to hold it against the Prince. Really, it's unbelievable. Almost made the playoffs. I think these two teams feel decent. The Falcons, because of the Penix thing. The Seahawks missed the playoffs on a 5th tiebreaker to the Rams. Pretend they made the playoffs. The Bengals. It's like, oh, we basically are there. I don't know what you want me to say. I think that's the next one. If it's not, just go ahead and reveal it. I think it's pretend they made the playoffs. There they are, the Bengals. And then atop the tiers actually made the playoffs. That's it. There you go, Wild. So there you go.
Great.
There's your
Nice appetizer.
nice appetizer. By the way,
Good idea, Wild.
we do have new eliminations. Because
What's this? This is a separate thing.
what do you mean? No, it's not. Every week, teams that show up on the eliminated portion, which used to be its own thing. So we got to look. Multiple championships. Let's start with singular playoff games, Jimmy Harbs. Bo Nix equals Mahomes. Mahomes' first year in the playoffs, he lost in overtime in the AFC Championship game. Bo Nix got blasted 31 straight points, 31-0 in the wild card round. So he's out of there. Anyone else on this side? Well, there's some Texans that'll be going at some point. No, I think we're good here. Now let's check over here. Rex Ryan, that'll be next week. I know there's someone on here. Draymond, they're not going to win a game. There's some. Oh, Zach Taylor.
He's been out.
He's been out. No, he got eliminated. I know there was one more. I can't even find him. There's too many people, but that's fine. So there we go. We've got the playoff tiers. Yeah, we're ready to go. It's really going to be Rex. Oh, Tim Settle. That's who it is. Oh, Greg Jennings also.
Greg, what are you
Greg
doing there
could be
for?
gone this week.
Texans?
If the Ravens beat the Bills. Okay, are we ready for the
Yeah,
real
I think
tiers
this is
now?
excellent.
All right,
Good preamble.
real tiers. Franchise hard ceiling. The Texans have played in this game 5 previous times. They've lost this game 5 previous times.
Yeah.
The franchise has not shown the ability to get out of the divisional round. They're actually a pretty damn good wild card round team. That Saturday afternoon playoff game, they win more often than not. That's usually where it ends. Trying to make and repeat history. The history they're trying to make is a rookie quarterback making the Super Bowl. And oh my, if a rookie quarterback makes the Super Bowl, what vindication for there will be a rookie quarterback in the Super Bowl
Classic two.
this year. Classic 2. The history they're trying to repeat is the 3 rookie quarterbacks who did win road playoff games 2 of the 3 then also won the next round to get the conference championship game in Flacco and Sanchez. And the one that didn't, Russell Wilson, had a lead with 5 seconds left in that game against Atlanta.
Wow.
Almost perfect 2 through 53. I mean, what a roster. The reason it's almost perfect is because one of the best players in that 2 through 53, A.J. Brown, seems to be insistent on reminding people when he's seemingly displeased. And the problem is that first player for most teams is the quarterback, and for the Eagles, there are still, once again, questions there. Exorcising demons, Bruce Ravens, one by one. Pittsburgh in the regular season. Beat them soundly last time they played them. Playoff games in general, and it was against Pittsburgh. Just got a great win, start to finish, excellent game for Lamar. What about the Bills, who the last time you played in the playoffs, you threw a pick 6 to lose 17-3 to, a 100-yard pick 6, and then you could beat Patrick Mahomes. You could check off every single playoff and quarterback demon that you have in the next 9 days, 10 days. The 2 key pieces, coach and the quarterback. I like the young defensive line. Puka's obviously awesome. Kyron Williams is great. But the reason you believe in the Rams is the 2 key pieces of McVay and Stafford. This better be the year. The Lions. Twofold. One is the emotional letdown of being this close in back-to-back years and not getting it done. And the real tangible, are they going to lose both coordinators? Sure, it looks like it. Looks like Ben Johnson's going somewhere and Aaron Glenn's going somewhere. So this better be the year. Finally, underrated. After a half-decade of being overrated, the Bills finally find themselves in the very rare place of being underrated. Last year in this round, they were sizable favorites at home against the Chiefs. This year in this round, they're point-and-a-half underdogs at home against the Ravens. And last but not least, of course, breaking brains and records, the Kansas City Chiefs. The record is, of course, attempting for the first ever three-peat. The breaking brains is, I'm old enough to remember when Patrick Mahomes hurt his ankle. Everyone in sports media saying, oh, this could be really bad for Kansas City because no one needs the bye more than the Chiefs. And now they might have the rest of them not get it. And now you know what I'm hearing? That bye they got, probably bad for them. I think they're going to be rusty. I don't think they're going to be able to handle that ferocious Texans pass rush that they just handled a few weeks ago. That is the Divisional Rd Tiers. Greg Jennings, go ahead. What's up, buddy?
To the Texans, man.
What do you want?
And I get it. I get it. You got franchise hard ceiling. But sometimes when you have new players that don't know and they haven't been a part of the past, they don't carry that same luggage. So I'm dismissing the idea of his franchise hard
on the
ceiling.
team last year, most of them.
I just want, I would like the Texans to move up just one. But when you look at this Texans team, nobody's giving them a chance except your guy right here.
Really?
And one of the reasons why is because this defense. So much is talked about in the postseason about the quarterback and the coach and defense. Wilds, what does it do?
Well, it wins championship.
It wins championship.
Might
And
be
you
a
put this up
asterisk.
yesterday, and this was great. The takeaways, you see what they are. Pressures, you see what they are. And if you are going to win games in this round and eliminate a hard ceiling that some has set, not your own, you got to play good defense against a really good team. And we know you're taking on the Chiefs. I don't care who you're taking on. You don't care who you're taking on. The fact is, you're playing in this round. You're better than the 8th best team in the postseason. You'll play like it. Oh, and by the way, they actually do have a quarterback that's been pretty good in the postseason.
It is true. That is true.
It's C.J. Stroud. And
I get it.
This is what he's been. So for me, I get it. You're not high on the Texans. The committee's not high on the Texans. But put some respect on these guys.
Okay.
All right, here's the problem.
All right.
The CJ thing actually works against you. Because
How does the CJ thing work?
I'm about to tell you.
Well, please, share.
Because CJ right now is, you agree, one of the best quarterbacks in the AFC. He's not Lamar or Burrow or Josh or Patrick, obviously, but he's one of the best. Well, all those quarterbacks are on a group chat. Lamar, Burrow, Josh, Tua, Trevor, Baker used to be in the AFC, not anymore. Big Ben, they haven't taken him off it yet. Andrew Luck when he's not traveling. And it's commiserating about Patrick Mahomes sending home. CJ hasn't gotten the invite yet because he hasn't been eliminated in the playoffs yet by Patrick Mahomes. Now he's going to get, so it's kind of a salt, sweet, and sour type of thing. The sour is he loses. The sweet is he gets to join that group.
That's cool.
And so that, yeah, I think so too.
The Heisman House.
I think that exactly right.
No.
Good job,
No,
KW.
this is not how
And yeah, I saw the Chiefs play this Texans defense, and just Mahomes got the ball out like that every single time, and there was no problem. So, no, I'm not. And that game was in Houston. This one's in Arrowhead, and it's going to be freezing. No, not one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think I hear something.
The smartest in the room. Smartest in the room. That man brew. That man brew. The smartest in the room. Smartest in the room. That man brew. That man brew.
I mean,
Smartest in the room says Ravens tier 2. We didn't even have to change it from yesterday's Mahomes Mountain.
can I say something before you keep going?
Sure. You got a problem with the song?
I like the song. There was a few parts of that song, and it was mostly about how the Ravens and Lamar were so great. But you keep on excerpting the part that says how you're so smart and great.
Look, I had nothing to do with the lyrics of the song. Nothing at all. They watched the show, and this is the conclusion they've come to. I had nothing to do with it. Anyway,
Yeah.
I get tired of just saying the Ravens should be higher. The Ravens obviously should be second. All right, Chiefs, we got them at top. Ravens second. Let me focus though on the Rams. You know, that's one team. I think they should be ahead of all three of those. But the Rams, I mean, I don't know. Does the regular season matter at all?
It should a little bit.
The Rams were 10-7, Ravens 12-5 against a much tougher schedule. Ravens won 7 games against playoff teams. The Rams won 2 in 5 attempts. So they were 2-3, just like the Bills, against playoff teams. I think that should matter. Who's got the better defense? The Ravens. Who's got the better quarterback? The Ravens.
We're talking about Ravens-Rams right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, I know. All right, he got the hardware too. Two MVPs. All right, 2 MVPs. It's a team wins the Super Bowl. He won the hardware. Who got the better running back? The running game. I mean, we got a Super Bowl winning coach. I get it, the Rams do too, but Harbaugh's no slouch. And then look, the Bills the Bills are as much as it gets in the NFL, a one-man team. Not to disrespect the other guys. And the Lions have a leaky defense. None of those teams should be ahead of the Ravens.
Hold on. But, Brew, if your argument against the Rams is going to be based on record and regular season, then what argument possible is the Ravens should be ahead of the Lions? If you're going to, you can't.
Because the Lions' defense is poor.
Right.
And the Ravens is
right,
not.
But I understand.
That wasn't the entire argument, wasn't based on record and playoff teams they beat. That was just a portion.
So I think the Rams defense right now is playing literally as well as any team in the league. That's
based on one game.
No, it's based on 4 games. It's
against non-playoff teams.
It's the last month of football. They haven't allowed 10 points. They haven't allowed 10
to the injury-plagued Niners,
the Niners
and 2 other
guy Brock Purdy that you
teams.
love.
But he had none of his weapons.
It was raining.
Right. They only scored 12. Matthew Stafford looked horrible in that game.
It was raining.
It's playoff football. There's going to be cold weather and rain.
The defense wasn't that great. It was raining. Both teams were horrible. And then the Jets game, both teams were horrible.
One pass. I'm crediting him, but that's all he did that game.
What's the excuse for
the Cardinals?
No, the Vikings.
Darnold. That's the excuse.
Right,
Sam Darnold. You're not facing Sam Darnold this weekend, I'll tell you that.
Okay. I agree with that part of it.
The Rams aren't.
I
play the Rams. The Bills aren't.
Yeah. The Bills? Go ahead.
I got lost on that.
So did
I like that you came to my defense.
Okay,
Clearly the Ravens should be high.
I'm not moving the Commanders up, but I'm just saying I'm a little bit nervous as a Lions guy.
Wow.
As a Lions guy, I'm nervous about the Commanders. Do I
really
expect
a
the
Lions?
Lions to cruise? Yes, but I'm also a realist. And Greg, tell me if this is wrong. If a team is going to beat the Lions, they're going to be a defensive team that can put some stops. You don't think they're going to be able to stop Detroit? I hope not. But the defense has gotten better. The first few weeks, not great. First 12 games, actually. And then all of a sudden, the last 6, well, everything got better. So I'm like, all right, the defense is improving. Then you got the fourth quarter, if it's close. I think the Lions will be great. But certainly they can't look to the opposite sidelines and be like, oh, we'll be fine, rookie QB over there. This guy's locked in, Brady-esque. And then finally, you mentioned it, rookie quarterbacks actually somehow better in the divisional round. Now they have no chance in the conference championship, but divisional round, you're all of a sudden 500. I'm just nervous. I'm not moving the Commanders up. I'm also just seeding the ground.
Wild.
Seeding the ground. If the Lions lose, I'll be a
I
Commanders
would really
guy.
like you to say something. And Hubs, get the graphic.
I've been a Commanders guy. Check out my
Hubs, get it ready.
Patriots
So you
one.
really can't be a Lions guy and say that you're nervous because we're not even allowing you in the locker room. You're not.
How can that be true?
I mean,
I'm a Lions guy saying I'm looking at.
Because what you're
Stand 10 toes down.
Here's what you're
He
doing.
ain't 10 toes.
This
He's one
is
toe
why
down.
I'm nervous.
You're
Wild,
one toe down.
This is why you can be so frustrated. First of
Coaching
all,
analysis?
you demand that we break format for tiers.
And
so
it was
be
good.
it. So
I
be
got
it.
that right.
So
one for one in the segment
we do
so
it
far.
for you. But then you have two jobs during tiers. One is pithy introduction.
Yeah.
The other one is to make an argument that a team should move up or down.
Yeah.
Instead, what you used your time for was to essentially make it so no matter what happens in
Exactly.
Commanders Lions,
Okay, fine.
you can be like,
I
told
thought
you
it-
so.
I felt this
I
way.
mean, it is taking
You're not a
Captain
Lions
Easy
guy.
stance to a new heights where it's just Captain can't be wrong. Where it's like, listen, I'm a Lions guy. I totally
Lions
believe
guy.
in the Lions. I think the Commanders are a little dangerous. Not dangerous enough to even say they should be moved up. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.